with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Hey, good morning on this Tuesday. Thanks for joining us here on Facebook Live, a mid-morning check of some of the stories we're following here at Erie News Now. Beginning with Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf making his way into Erie on this Tuesday. The governor is scheduled to visit the Gilson Child Development Center right here in Erie. The governor's staff says it's going to be a chance for him to encourage child care providers like Gilson to apply for what they call stabilization funding. Tax dollars, basically, to help them recover from pandemic losses. Governor Wolf's office also says his visit to Erie today will focus on that state and federal funding that the administration says letting thousands of kids attend quality early education programs. Meantime, one of the candidates looking to succeed Wolf in Harrisburg, getting ready to make that run for governor official this week. Democrat Attorney General Josh Shapiro expected to officially announce that candidacy tomorrow. Shapiro's public profile skyrocketed after the 2020 election. He was battling court challenges from former President Trump's campaign. The 48-year-old Shapiro expected to make that campaign announcement down in Pittsburgh tomorrow morning. Well, a bit of not so good news for the 14 state-owned universities across Pennsylvania this morning, and that includes Edinboro. Enrollment at those schools has hit its lowest level in some 35 years. Those student numbers reportedly down by another 5% or so just this fall. And that puts them at their lowest level since 1986. Now, officials with the state-run university system say they were anticipating a slight drop in enrollment, but it, part of a slide that started back when enrollment peaked in 2010. School officials chalking it all up to a shrinking pool of new high school grads and families, they say, shying away from the rising cost of that four-year college degree. Well, out in California this morning, at least 2 people are dead after a plane crashed right into a neighborhood. Firefighters are working to put out the flames in Santee, California, after that twin-engine Cessna plane crashed Monday afternoon. UPS, the delivery company, confirms that one of the victims was actually one of their delivery drivers. The fire officials say they don't know how many people were on board the plane at this point, but that investigation into the exact cause of this California plane crash continues. And just 5 weeks into the NFL season, and the Las Vegas Raiders are in search of a new head coach. John Gruden resigning after reports surfaced that he had used some derogatory language in emails dating back to 2010. Gruden resigned last night, put out a statement that read, quote, "I love the Raiders, don't want to be a distraction. I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt anyone," end quote. Reportedly among the targets of Gruden's insults, again dating back some 10 years, the then executive director of the NFL Players Association, along with the league's commissioner, Roger Goodell, as well as then Vice President Joe Biden. Well, the Warren County School District's revised face mask policy going to be in place for at least another week after a federal judge delayed today's scheduled court hearing on the matter. That judge granting a delay in the case says it's meant to give the district a chance to reach an out-of-court settlement with a group of parents who filed a lawsuit claiming Warren School's policy on face masks was just too lenient. Last week, that same federal judge issued a temporary restraining order telling Warren County school leaders that their policy of letting those kids get out of wearing a mask without a doctor's excuse violated Pennsylvania's mask order. That federal court hearing is now rescheduled for 1 week from today, and those face masks will still be required for Warren students in the meantime. Local vaccine clinics are seeing more people coming in looking to get that vaccine booster shot. There are some things, though, you need to remember before you go in. Erie News Now's Elena Jonathan has the story.
For those eligible Americans 65 and older or those 18 to 64 working in high-risk settings, the CDC recommends you receive a booster shot of your COVID-19 vaccine. Before your appointment, you need to remember one thing: proof you've had your first and second dose before you can roll up your sleeves for a third. Director of Pharmacy at AHN St. Vincent, Steve Henderson, says you don't need to stay within the health system. You had your first 2 doses administered.
You could receive your first 2 doses at AHN and then your third dose at a chain pharmacy or another vaccine provider.
But that other provider is going to ask to see proof you had received your first 2 doses 6 months before coming back for your third. Henderson says if you lost your vaccine card, don't worry. The place you rolled up your sleeves for the first 2 shots should have a copy of your vaccination card.
They can provide a replacement for you. The vaccine provider, for some reason, is unable to provide that replacement vaccine card. You can contact the PA Department of Health, and they'll provide your vaccination records to you.
Henderson recommends taking a picture on your phone for safekeeping of your card. AHN St. Vincent's also has developed a QR code for your vaccine card.
So if you received your doses at AHN and have a MyChart account, you can actually go into the MyChart application and pull up a QR code that can be scanned, and that provides the primary proof of vaccination.
Elena Jonathan reporting there. All right, David Walter, that check of the first warning forecast. Loving the sunshine behind you.
Yeah, certainly getting more of that sunshine. Temperatures warming their way up into the 60s right now. We'll continue to get into the 70s as we get into the afternoon. Maybe an isolated rain shower showing up a bit later on in the afternoon. A spotty shower, too. That's really all we're looking at with partly sunny skies. Highs in the middle and upper 70s. We get into the evening hours still. Maybe that isolated shower, just enough to keep that weather impact index at a 1 for today. We've got the very mild air in place, and much like yesterday, we will certainly be feeling that southerly breeze. Futurecast for us as we go over the next couple of days. You can see that this afternoon, some scattered clouds in there, an isolated shower beginning to show on up. Could have a slightly better chance towards dinner time, and as we get into the early evening hours, you'll notice for the day on Wednesday, Futurecast has keeps us with that chance for a lake effect rain shower, but that stays out over the lake. And so I don't think we're going to see any rain over land as we get into the day on Wednesday. You can see during the afternoon, just a little scattering of clouds, more high clouds starting to come in, and possibly a small chance of a shower as we get into your Thursday. Your zone outlook for today, we are expecting temperatures to work their way into the middle and upper 70s with that partly cloudy sky again. Maybe an isolated shower this afternoon towards the evening hours. A bit on the breezy side in Crawford County, kicking those temperatures again into the 70s, and we'll do middle 70s out there into Warren County, but we'll talk more about that cold front that changes up our overall weather theme. That's coming up in just a minute.
All right, thank you, David. We know a lot of NFL football fans live and die, so to speak, with their team every Sunday, but now seems some Pittsburgh Steelers fans maybe taking that concept a bit too far. Steelers officials and authorities down in southwest Pennsylvania now said to be investigating an incident that saw a fan spread the ashes of a deceased loved one at Heinz Field. Happened during Sunday's game against the Broncos. A Steelers spokesman reminding fans that it's just not allowed at Heinz Field. The Heinz Field folks put out a statement that read, in part, while we respect those fans who may be interested in honoring a family member by spreading their ashes inside the stadium, Heinz Field cannot accommodate those requests due to state and local regulations. Get this, one fan told KDKA that some of the remains blew onto him, other fans, and onto some of his food. Pennsylvania law does require you to get the property owner's permission before scattering the deceased loved one's ashes. Well, it's another delay to report for the Brig Niagara this Tuesday morning. The tall ship supposed to leave this morning for Cleveland to undergo some repair work, but that trip's now been pushed back until at least tomorrow morning. The Niagara's departure originally set for last week. Word is that the lift bridge in Cleveland's broken right now, so the Niagara can't get into the shipyard for its repairs until that lift bridge is fixed. So the 12-hour-long trip over into Ohio has been delayed for at least another day. Looks like it would have been a good one for sailing, David.
Yeah, certainly got some great weather coming up today, although just an isolated shower showing up this afternoon. On Wednesday, hey, Zubu begins tomorrow. Temperatures in the lower 70s, still unseasonably warm. You can see 76 Thursday into Friday. Start to see a few more of those showers out there by Friday, and then into the weekend, a slow-moving cold front going to bring us rain, and those temperatures, they will be dipping and will stay a bit more seasonable as we get Sunday into Monday. Right now, Sunday looking fairly dry compared to a Saturday, but yeah, that's our first more significant fall cold front of the season. So enjoy the mild days while we still have them.
Advice. Thanks for joining us on this edition of the NOWCAST. We'll do it again about the same time tomorrow, and we've got a half hour's worth of news coming your way at noon on WSEE. I'm Mark Saul today. Have a great Tuesday.